So I've decided that this message is going to be for someone who has had a taste of the version of themselves that they want to be, and has had a taste of at least a bit of the life that they want to live, but they are still stuck. I almost want to say stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's what this is. You tasted it. You know the life you want. Sorry, I have a cut on the bottom of my foot and I need to keep it elevated. Okay. Is that the most comfortable thing in the world? No. It's okay. So, you've had a taste of the life that you want to live, and now we need to know how to become the version of ourselves who are capable of living that life. Oh. Okay, so we got three things here. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, and dreaming a new world into being. So you can't just focus on what you're stuck in right now. You can't just focus on that space in between, like the rock and the hard place. You can't focus on that. You have to focus on the life that you were dreaming of yourself to be. And the way that this looks, to me, it almost looks like she's inside of a crystal ball, and so just you're like looking at your future self inside of there. It's probably hard to see with no lights. The one that was up there went out. That's not helpful. Well, let me see. I wonder if this will help to illuminate the cards. I don't know. I could have just ruined it all with that candle. Okay, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Right? You have to do that. You have to birth this life into being. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. That's huge. Okay. You're already doing it. Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness, all my lights are going out. That's because I didn't put them in the sun today. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. Yeah. And she's not paying attention to anything behind her, none of the places that she's been. She's fully focused way over here on exactly where she wants to go. In deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, and be held. Okay? I feel like that speaks for itself, but if you need any more, she's holding a bouquet of flowers under a crescent moon on the water's edge, and there's flowers blooming all around the water. Just retreat, rest, be held, replenish yourself. It's that self-love. Again, the things to focus on. We know where we've been. We know where we are. We know where we feel like we're stuck. Oh, Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. And 3 again. Okay. I like it. New moon in Capricorn. Step up and lead. Yes. So the way that I see the new moons are about like planting seeds and like the beginning of things, but I also see them as like you're in the dark. You know, things are in the dark. They haven't completely come to light yet. So even though you still might be stuck in this place, like you have to step up and be the leader of the one who is dreaming and birthing this new life into being. And you're already doing it, but just remember, you're not just doing the steps, you're leading, and you're leading yourself into that next life, kind of like being your own mother. Practice gratitude. Last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Okay? So things are going to be coming up right now. Like the last quarter moon is going to be more obstacles, things that you may have missed during the first quarter moon that came up. Sagittarius is all about looking at the big picture too. So if you're getting really hung up on like the small things in your life right now that are like as you're stuck in this place, you're focused on the small things that are keeping you down. Maybe step back and look at the big picture and maybe remind yourself of that taste of the life that you want to live. Excuse me. Remind yourself of that and let yourself. Sorry, I got distracted for a minute because I noticed that light was out too. And my throat. Excuse me. Some tea. So step back and look at the bigger picture of whenever you've been in that place where you got to feel the life that you actually want to live, and you got a taste of it, and then you see even a little bit farther ahead. And here's my thing, okay, because I am a Sagittarius, so I understand looking at the big picture. And one of the things that I do whenever I need to look at the big picture involving the future and like my dreams coming true, it's I imagine them coming true, but I don't worry about all the steps between now and then. You know, like I'm still gonna take it day by day, but like if you don't even know what you're taking day by day in order to get to, you know, like if you're just trying to get out, you can't get out. You have to have something to go towards, and it can't be someone else's something either. It has to be your something. And so yeah, just practice gratitude, so much gratitude, because if you are so bogged down right now by all of the things that you like that you don't want in your life, then they're just going to keep coming your way. And the more that you say that you're thankful for things, like the more that you're going to notice the things that you're thankful for, and more things are going to start coming your way that are going to make you thankful. Okay, another new moon in Aquarius. Be open up to change. Okay, Aquarius or Airy. But I also learned that it's a fixed air sign, and they're kind of are fixed in their ways. But you need to open up to change, right? So we're at the beginning, planting seeds of this new version of yourself. So here's the thing is that like maybe whenever you got the taste of this before, like you were still being a past version of yourself. And so whenever you jumped into this next phase, like you weren't fully ready to take it on. Because even though like you had it right there, you weren't being the best version of yourself in order to get there. And so you have to be able to be willing to open up to change. And that also might just mean accepting that things are always changing. And so the change that you have to open up to is like the change that you need to open up to is to stop trying to make things not change, or stop like don't work towards a fixed anything. That's a good thing, right? Like it's a fixed air sign and you want to be open to change. Yeah. that make any sense? It kind of did to me for a second. So, like, don't focus on moving towards something that is only a fixed future. Have something in mind in the future that you want to work towards, but still be open to the change, both within yourself that is required to get you to that future, and that's going to come between now and that future. You know, like the changes that are going to happen between now and then. And the one they're going to happen after that too. Like even that won't be fixed. Okay, sorry, distracted. Okay, let's see. We're just going to do the major arcana here. Where's my, there it is. There's the split in the deck. Okay, there's always someone hanging out in the box. The High Priestess is the one that was hanging out in the box this time. And I always like to look at whichever one's hanging out in the box, because the High Priestess is the one in the box. I see that as being like, the High Priestess, she can see between the veil. You know, it's she can see on both sides. She can hear her intuition, and she can hear what people are telling her in the real world. You know, she can see both sides of things, the mystic side of things and the logical, like 3D side of things. And she was stuck in the box. And so maybe you're keeping that part of you that listens to the intuition and that hears the voice, you're keeping that part inside, and you need to let that part out. Again, open up to change. Just what I looked down and read as I said that. All right. Okay, major arcana only. Oh, okay. This one flipped out. What is that? The Magician reversed. Okay, so you've got your tools. You're no longer the fool, okay? You were the fool before, where you just like willy-nilly stepped off into new adventures. Maybe it was planned, maybe it wasn't, but like you ended up jumping into something new anyways, right? And like we were saying, maybe you weren't ready for it before, okay? And that was the fool. But now you're the Magician, but reversed. And so let's see real quick. I didn't add my sticky notes to this one. Okay. Sorry, the Magician reversed. The reversed magician indicates that your ability lies hidden, or that you're not using your hidden talent, or the talent that's visible either. Sometimes the Magician reversed can describe a situation that's not developing correctly, or that's hampered by a lack of enthusiasm for following through on the original idea. Ooh. This card might also show up reversed to describe mediocre workmanship. Okay. So, okay. You're not using your hidden talent. Maybe it's hidden even from yourself, but I think that the hidden talent, honestly, is just intuition. In this case, I feel like the hidden talent is your intuition, and you're just not listening to it. You're like giving yourself excuses, you know, and your higher self is so patient with you, but like it knows that they're just excuses, and it can see, it's the High Priestess, it can see through the veil. You know, your highest self can see through the veil. So let that High Priestess come out. Let your intuition come out, so that we can turn this Magician the other way around, okay? And one of the reasons you may be hampered by a lack of enthusiasm, again, may be because you don't exactly know what you're going to, you just know what you're getting away from, okay? And so in order to have the enthusiasm, you have to have something driving you. You know, you have to have something driving you forward, not just something to run away from. And then once we do flip over the Magician, it'll represent your ability to create your own reality. Because of the Magician in all of us, we're able to turn ideas into something tangible. This card always indicates something great is developing, because something is being created. Ask and you shall receive, because you already have the power in your own hands. And that'll be what happens whenever you flip it upside down. Just start using your intuition. Start using your intuition. Okay. Oh. I'm doing this in the dark. You know, sunlight or no light. Okay. Split, split, split. My hands are not feeling capable. One more. Whatever. Okay, my ear's itchy. My ear's itchy. That's weird. Okay. So we are talking about letting our intuition come through. Queen of Swords. Okay, let's see. Swords is air energy. The Queen of Swords is... Oh, I just read this. Okay. Let's see, just to be sure, okay? Because I was talking about letting her intuition fly through. Swords, swords, swords. Is that it? King of Swords? Okay, next page. Queen of Swords. Aquarius. Again, be open to change, okay? We got Aquarius coming out because the astrological sign for the Queen of Swords is Aquarius, and it is upright, okay? She has a sharp mind, is a keen observer of people, and is a good listener who will analyze all conditions with her sound logic and reasoning. She's a good public speaker. She's got great leadership qualities. Again, step up and lead. Okay, good leadership qualities. And if you can lead others, you can lead yourself. Let's see. And right now it's time to do that too, because people are going to find their own way, especially in this day and age. Let's see. So she's good leadership qualities and can handle a crowd quite well. She's also thoughtful and able to keep her emotions in check, like the astrological sign Aquarius. She's a cool customer who favors logic and common sense, which sometimes is difficult, especially whenever you're stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in. You're definitely going to be pushed around by your emotions a lot more than you would like to be. You know, this card indicates a woman of strong character, or man, who is also, but one who's seen many hardships. And with her clear and discreet way of speaking and addressing issues, the Queen of Swords is a good psychologist. Right. Okay. Well, I like the sound of that. Right? Sharp mind, keen observer, good leader, all good things. Okay, we're opening up our intuition so that we can lead ourselves into our dream life. This one. Okay. Which one is this? Sorry, the 9. Ooh, 9 of Wands reversed. 9 has to do with completion. Wands has to do with passions, creativity, interest, but it's reversed. So let's see what that's all about. I wonder. Alright, 9 of Wands reversed. Prepared to handle adversity. So we're not prepared to handle adversity right now, which is what's making getting out of this situation so difficult. Okay. The Knight of Wands reversed still represents the desire to protect and be of help to others. The person can barely take care of themselves. He can barely take care of himself. Most of the time, the reversed Knight of Wands indicates the lack of stamina and physical strength to see things through. You've been beaten down either mentally or physically, and your health isn't good enough to follow through in the physical tasks ahead. You need to rest and recuperate. Retreat, rest, and be held. Deep replenishment. You need to rest and recuperate rather than go out and fight the battles again. You're not prepared and need to check on things before you make your next move. You could be vulnerable, too weak to fight, or just plain exhausted. Sometimes this card comes up when you feel let down by others or are worried about something. The Nine of Wands reversed suggests it's best to regroup and calm yourself before taking another step. That's beautiful. But I want to, let me see. Can we get something for where we're heading? No, something else needs to come out. You need to retreat, rest, and be held, but that's very difficult to do whenever you are in an unsafe and uncomfortable space. So how can we do that? This is the 9 of Cups, so it's 2 9s. And then 8 of Swords reversed. Okay. The 9 of Cups. And the 8 of Swords reversed. So let's see. I wanted to know how it is that we are going to retreat, rest, be held, deep replenishment, how we are going to recuperate and recover in this situation that we are uncomfortable and potentially unsafe in. Okay. The 9 of Cups is the Wish card. Naturally, a lot of students want this in their spread. A well-satisfied man sits content with his 9 cups on the art shelf above him, as if he's rubbed a magic lantern. He will get his wish. Come on, just 1 page, not 2. He will get his wish. Okay, let's see. This card assures that your dreams will come true and your future will be secure. Your wish is my command, says the genie. What you desire will come to you. You will have much happiness in attaining your wish, whether it's a new car, a new relationship, a new job, extra money, or simply happiness coming your way. Other cards in this reading will tell you how and when the wish might take place. It's nice to have those wishes for luxury and the sensual pleasures of life to come true. Well, that's again kind of like the creating your dream life. You know, once you know what it is that you're wishing for, we can get there. And I guess knowing what you're wishing for will help you rest again, because you're going to know what it is that you are resting and recuperating in order to gain the energy to strive towards, not just to get away from. Okay, and the 8 of Swords reversed. When the 8 of Swords is reversed, the woman can let go of those swords that surround her and relax from her fears. She's now able to see through her difficulties, make a decision, and feel in control again. New beginnings are now possible. Hope and inspiration have returned, and you're free from the restrictions brought on by your own fears. The pressures that were once weighing on you are now leaving you. The 8 of Swords reversed allows you some breathing room. Okay, what I am gathering from this reading is you need to figure out what you want your dream life to look like. Okay, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being, so that whenever you look at the crystal ball of your life, like, you can see what you want your dream life to look like. Get specific. Why not? Okay. Now, in a way, you're already doing it, and keep facing your true north. But I just feel like it takes some more. I feel like it takes some more. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held again, which came up over here to recuperate. Step up and lead. Okay, lead yourself out of this hard place into what you want to go into next by looking at the big picture and practicing gratitude. Because the only way that more things for you to be grateful for are going to come your way is if you are already looking at the things that you are grateful for and constantly looking for more things to be grateful for. And open up to change. Open up to yourself changing. Open up to people, not the image that they have of you not being the same the next time that you see them, because that's fine. You know, we all go through cycles all the time. That's called growth. In fact, like, you shouldn't be the same. It's better to grow. So open up to change, and open up to the fact that even whenever you get into your dream life, things between here and there are going to change. And then things when you get there are going to change. And you're going to want more once you get there. And so your dreams are going to change. Anyways, like, Once you have that dream life, you're going to dream of a bigger dream life. Because then things you didn't even think were possible are going to come into your like realm of imagination. It's just okay. Okay. Currently the Magician upside down, right? So not really using all of the tools, not fully using the intuition, which we have, which is where the High Priestess came in earlier. She's in the box. Take her out of the box, okay? Let her see outside of the box. Let you see beyond the veil. See through the eyes of your higher self. It's possible. It's possible, okay? It's possible. And I have lost from there, okay? Oh my goodness. Queen of Swords. It's so interesting. Like, these are the cards that I feel the most connected to, but it's also the swords. It's the swords that I know the least about. It's the cards that I know the least about. Okay, I know we've already gone over it once, but let's just see real quick. Oh yeah, it had to do with Aquarius, okay? And it had to do with not being fixed in our ways. Let's see. Sorry. Let's see. Narrow-minded, she's not so open to listening, but instead will tell others what to do. Is this what I read earlier? Yes, because it's still Aquarius. Both strong and stern, but she needs to use more self-control when she's reversed. Oh, because she's not reversed. No wonder I'm confused. I'm reading the reversed like she's reversed. Okay. Sorry. Alright, so from the Magician, who is losing all of his tools because he's a little bit overwhelmed and maybe had too much on his table, into the Queen of Swords. Not reversed, but upright. She is a sharp mind and is a keen observer of people. Okay, she is a sharp mind and is a keen observer of people and is a good listener who will analyze all conditions with her sound logic and reasoning. Okay, so analyze your conditions. She's a good public speaker. Oh yeah, she's a great leader. That was part of it. She was a great leader, which I should have put them by the ones that they reminded me of. Okay, she's a great leader. Can handle a crowd. She's also thoughtful, able to keep her emotions in check. And like Aquarius, she's a cool customer who favors logic and common sense. This card indicates a woman of strong character, but also one who's seen many hardships. And with her clear and direct way of speaking and addressing issues, the Queen of Swords is a good psychologist. It says, because of her character, she bears her sorrows well. She's an adept at handling loss too and knows how to deal with the most difficult of human conditions. Okay? And then we had the Nine of Wands reversed, which I think had to do with being open to change. You can barely take care of yourself. Indicates a lack of stamina and physical strength. Okay, a little bit worn out, beaten down mentally or physically, and your health isn't good enough to follow through with the difficult tasks ahead. Oh yeah, this is the one that went along with deep replenishment, to rest and recuperate rather than go out and fight the battles again. You're not prepared and need to check on things before you make your next move. You could be vulnerable, too weak to fight, or just plain exhausted. Sometimes this feels when you're let down. This card comes when you're feeling let down by others or worried about something. It's best to regroup and calm yourself before taking another step. Okay. The Nine of Cups. Your dreams will come true, so figure out what it is that you want, because whenever you figure out what your dream life is going to look like, those dreams will come true. And the Eight of Swords, which we were just reading. It's like I get into a weird state whenever I'm reading through these and I don't fully take in what I'm reading as I'm doing the videos about them, like I do whenever I'm just like going through and highlighting and reading them for myself. Okay, and the Eight of Swords reverse. Come on, one more page, one more page. One more. New beginnings are now possible once you know what it is that you dream. And you're planning your dream life. New beginnings are now possible. Hope and inspiration have returned. You're free from the restrictions brought on by your own fears. The pressures that were once weighing on you are now leaving you. The Eight of Swords reversed allows you some more breathing room. Okay. Okay. I probably didn't need to go through and read all of those a second time. But I thought that it was going to be like boom, 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 boom. And then by the time that I made it all the way through the ones that I was so excited about into the ones that I kind of didn't know about, I was just going to remember them. And I didn't. Sorry about that. But this has been quite a beautiful reading. Quite a beautiful reading. I wonder if there's one more major arcana. Oh, what is this? Twilight, the moon reversed. Interesting. And so I would see that. I believe the moon reverse would mean that the illusions are parting. And maybe that's the illusions that you've told yourself, you know, all the excuses that you've given yourself for why you can't do certain things. You know, like maybe it's the illusion of which voice in your head is your ego and which voice in your head is your intuition, and now you can hear between the two of them. Let's make sure. Here we go. And this is going to be the last one, okay? The moon reversed. It's kind of the overall theme here. So, reverse. When the moon appears reversed in a reading, it indicates that your imagination will be harnessed by good common sense. Imagining our dream life will be harnessed by good common sense. You'll take practical considerations into account and be cautious not to make any rash decisions. Any changes that occur now won't be disruptive. Reversed, the moon allows all truth to come to the surface. This means that people will tell you what they're really feeling, without theatrics and without being overly emotional. The moon reverse assures us that love and understanding will win in the end, and that all misunderstandings will be cleared, thank goodness. Communications will have clarity, and good psychic information will come forth as well. Like I said, listen to your intuition, because it's coming through. This is a card that clears the slate. That is beautiful. We are leaving that there. Thank you. I hope this helps.